friends, welcome to the latest edition of the Blurred Lines Wrestling Podcasts. We are your hosts. My name is Randy Guerrero.
Connor Jacobs.
And Red James.
Bitch! Gentlemen, it has been a while since all three of us have been together. How are you all doing?
Pretty good.
Quite well.
Very important week this week.
Very important week this week. What are we going over today, guys?
John Cena's last match Saturday.
Saturday, December 13th. John Cena's last match.
The final farewell.
And speaking of his last match, we'll also go over how I took my kiddo and I went to John Cena's final Raw at Madison Square Garden. And speaking of, that same week,
I also went to AEW's Full Gear.
The difference is, though, is your kiddo took you. I have that. I'm looking into my future with you. But yeah, so we have a phenomenal episode straight up for you guys. This will be a lot of fun. I'm going to figure out a way to sneak some other stuff in here. But yeah, ad time.
Ad time.
The following is a fake ad read. Introducing Brain and Brawn Boost. Because why settle for one when you can have both? Sharpen your memory and, well, rise to the occasion. Brain and Brawn Boost. For the moments you'll never forget. Side effects may include feeling like a superhero.
So what I'm going to do, and this is going to be in it also, because I'm going to explain to everybody, because we said that we're going to do a super honest podcast. This is where we're going to start up again. I'm going to cut this because normally we do the multiple things, and I'm just going to be super slick about it this one. We're going to do everything in one fell swoop like we actually do instead of me stopping because I'm so afraid of editing. I'm actually going to get good at this. Look at that. We're making upgrades across the board. Gentlemen, we're back.
Back like it never went away.
Oh my God, I missed you. Well, we went on vacation for a bit.
We did a little live stream. I'm not sure anybody watched that, but
A couple people did. I think a few. We had one question pop through, but yeah. So we're back. Here's another episode. So let's get to crack-a-lackin', gentlemen. I have to remind myself I'm physically holding my microphone because I'm just being crazy today. We all are, actually.
you would know that it's not a visual podcast.
It's an audio podcast, ASMR podcast. Because my voice, I have the cans on, and we all sound really good right now. I'm enjoying this.
It's really good.
So, we're talking about the GOAT, John Cena.
The Never Seen 17.
I really like that nickname.
It rhymes way too well.
It's way too good, and I don't know if that was like if that was an active thought going into the whole thing where they're just like, hey, once he wins 17, what are we going to call him? And they thought about all of that up front. We're like, oh yeah, Never Seen 17 and all this crazy stuff, because that's marketing 101. But like, man, it's so good.
That was a good one.
So good.
I mean, you gotta do something right, especially with all the controversy about it. See this final run.
Okay, well, let's do this. What's so controversial about Cena's final run?
One had like more than
Oh,
dates.
I don't know if that's going to be, you heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know if that's controversial though.
It's like the way they hit up his final run, I don't know. You could wrestle more people. You could do more stuff.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if he could have, because how many dates do they really have? You know? And I think this was what Cena was trying to explain, was just like, look, we only do 100 and something maybe a year now, because that's, you got 52 weeks a year, 2 shows. That's really it. They're not touring anywhere near the way they used to.
No.
I'm so sorry. So when you look at it, I think that the original number was what, 30 something. So that's realistically, potentially, he wanted a full old school run, and they looked at him like, we'll give you like a third of the dates. But it's been, because like it feels like he's been on TV a decent amount. Like I don't think there's been like these big gaps where it's felt like he's been missing.
No.
There hasn't, but
I mean,
TNA, what did you change? Triple A, and John Cena and Triple A.
oh, do I say my?
So your bit.
No, not my bit, but like my controversial opinion on all of this. I think Cena's been incredibly honest, too honest about his plans.
Yeah.
Because what has he been saying the entire time? Come December, we won't see him wrestle in a WWE ring again.
Did he specify WWE ring?
Every single time. I feel like it's been very, and this is where part of me is like, he said it enough to where I'm like, is that intentional? Like, I don't think he would go to AEW.
I don't feel like he'd go elsewhere.
I think he's retired. He's retired.
Yes. Ultimately, I do. I don't think he's lying. I think he's going to go away. But like, let's be crazy for a second.
To be fair, John Cena's never going to go away. He'll be like The Rock, lurking in the shadows forever.
No, I think it'll actually be. I don't want to. You can argue better, worse than The Rock, but I think like when he goes, he's gonna go. Like I don't think it'll be. I think you'll see him less than we see The Rock, and we don't see The Rock often at all. I don't think it'll be like a Hogan thing where he comes out and he does because it sounds like he's doing the Taker, where he's like, "Hey, I'm retiring the uniform. Like I'm not John Cena anymore. I'm John Cena." Like that just happens to be my name.
You can see me.
Yes, like how like Taker before WWE took over the Taker's podcast. What was the name of it?
6 feet under or something.
With
It was like
Mark Calloway. I think Cena's technically doing the same thing where he's like, hey, look, I'm just going to put down, but his character's name is John Cena. He's like, I'm just putting John Cena down and I'm going to go be John Cena. Or like Taker was like, hey, I put The Undertaker down. But like whenever you see me, it's Mark.
Right.
Like it'll say, the marquee will say The Undertaker. That's Mark.
the American Badass.
Yeah, but like, yeah. I still think, though, I think that's part of the problem with Taker's promise, where he's like, hey, I'm putting down the character, is technically during that time, he was still The Undertaker. He didn't necessarily change anything outside of like, I wasn't watching back then, so please don't shoot me if I get this completely wrong. This is just my outside opinion, because I could hear Kenny Roberts in the background. Yeah.
He's going to be on here.
Yeah.
Get it right.
He just put down the dead man stuff. Like he was still The Undertaker. Like all the lore, all of everything. He just wasn't rolling his eyes in the back of the head or like coming out to the creepy music anymore.
So technically didn't put that either.
I'm just like, but like he was just like,
That is alive now.
yeah, like a better version of the walking zombie we always thought he was or something, So it's just like, I think Cena's kind of the same thing. Like you'll see him, like you'll never see him, I think, in the colorful t-shirts or anything like that again. Like you probably come out, he'll be in a suit. This is where I'm like, I don't think you'll see him on TV because it's not going to be John Cena.
The superstar is going away.
Yeah, I think if you see Cena,
It'll be just regular old John.
it'll be corporate. I think it'll
Hollywood John.
Yeah, like how like when you go to his press junkets and everything, it's him in a suit. That's John Cena. and I think it's going to confuse the hell out of people. But like, I think that's the Cena that everyone is going to get from here on out. And I don't think anybody's ready for that. That's going to be such a smack in the face. Anywho, before we went into that mini tirade, we're going to talk about, we were talking about Cena's life. Eventually, we're going to wrap all of this up. We're going to go over Saturday night's main event. We're going to talk about, hey, like, what do we think is going to get added to Saturday night's main event? Because I think right now we have
3 matches.
Thank you. 3 matches. And there's no way they're just going to have 3. Like, I understand we're going to want to celebrate Cena a lot, but like, I think Cena's going to be very freaking adamant that he's going to be like, hey, part of this deal.
We got room.
We need more young. Give me more. Like, part of this deal was selling the future. You're not going to sell the future on 2 matches. Give me more. I will, like, Gunther can just put me in the dirt. You know, like, it's all people. If Gunther, never mind, we'll pause that. But so Cena's last match, we're gonna go over that whole Saturday night's main event. But I mean, I did go to Cena's last Monday Night Raw, and I was able to bring my daughter, which was for me personally an awesome freaking experience. Like, to be able to share something that has brought me so much joy with my kid and watch it bring her the same exact level of joy is awesome. I'm so pumped to be able to experience that nowadays. But in terms of like the span, we were going to talk about the fan experience difference. I thought Monday Night Raw, fantastic, super easy show. Like, my kid, she, not the longest attention span. You know, like, you really got to work for her. You really got to work to keep her to pay attention. And it wasn't difficult to get her to sit through an entire Monday Night Raw, which, yay.
Very good thing for any kid.
Yes, very, very good. Super into everything. Like, place, I thought it would be different. Like, I thought she would be a little bit, you know, oh, this is too much, and none of that was true. And so I was super excited. Cena's last Raw, to be able to be there. I don't know if I've seen Cena work live before. Like, I'm sure I have. Like, I've been to many shows. I've been to many pay-per-views back in the day. But for some reason, like, nothing beforehand stuck out, because I don't know. I think maybe I just my brain wanted to trick me, like, hey, we're just gonna make this as special as we can for you. But it was pretty cool. And then that same week, which is dope, you end up going
To AEW. Full year.
Man, talk about that experience.
The seats were ridiculous, right next to the stage. Middle of the ring.
He's sending pictures. This is for everybody else. He's sending pictures to our internal group chat of where he is, and I'm just like, I hate you. I've been that close once in my life. It's so much fun.
Yep, my son stole those seats.
Nice, little. He's paying good money for it.
He works his ass.
Very much good.
He works his ass off. Yeah.
Maybe expert over there.
But the seats were ridiculous, and I'll just let you know, I was 4 feet away from every wrestler making their entrance.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. It looked like you guys had a good time.
It was a hell of a show.
It was a good show.
Pretty long. My only complaint.
I think we said, we're like, oh, we'll talk about differences and everything. I remember we've been to an AEW show in the past when they came to Bridgeport, and I remember that being not a long experience. It was a Dynamite, I believe.
Yep.
A couple hours, and I'm like, man, I can see this. The problem, I think, when AEW is going to run into eventually, those pay-per-views, man, they are not for people like me when I'm typically going to wrestling and I'm bringing my kid. My kid's not sitting through 6 hours, and that's being nice.
No, the pay-per-views are for the sickos. If you want to bring your family, I would suggest the weekly show.
But it's such a good. The problem that you run into is you need to bring your kid to the pay-per-views, because like, yeah, you're going to see quality wrestling on Dynamite. You're going to see quality wrestling on Collision. There's one thing AEW does better than pretty much anybody out there, and that's fucking pay-per-view. And like, I'm diehard. I love WWE to the end of the day. AEW puts on a damn fucking good pay-per-view, man. Like, I've never paid for one and felt like I was robbed.
Yeah, no, the show was absolutely worth the money.
Yeah, and that's something that I can't say, and I can't say for WWE, and this is even going back to like the $9.99 days. There were some stinkers out there. Like, there were some stinkers out there where I was like, $10? I don't know, guys.
Yeah, you get $10.
But like, man, oh man, oh man. Oh, okay. I can hear that. Yep. So I have cans on, so I perked up. So I don't know if you're going to be able to hear that, and I'm so sorry. I will try to take this out and post. But yeah, I kind of just perked up, and I was like, oh, you know what I can do? How long is that going to run? Fudge. Okay. Well, at least cut that out. So I was like, I'll just edit all this out. Never mind. But if I don't know how long that's going to go, whatever. Okay, anywho. So yeah, I think there's like the fan experience. There's not that crazy of a difference outside of like maybe the PLE world. We'll go.
I mean, I don't know. I do give it to AEW because it was a smooth everything, getting into the door, getting merged to the seat. It was just a really, really long show. But like I said, it's the pay-per-views. It's for the sickos. You don't want a wrestling show that's 6-7 hours. Don't do the pay-per-views.
That's super fair. Super fair. Yeah, because they film, like we were saying, they film, like even they film Ring of Honor beforehand. So like you're going to get different flavors on their show too. Because like Ring of Honor is not exactly the same style that they're doing on Dynamite or Collision. And so, yeah. So when you think about it, you're probably, even if you go to a taping, you're probably at most, because I think both of the shows are still only 2 hours long, right?
Yeah, probably about 3-4 hours.
I was going to say 3.5 at most. Because like, well, do they?
I'd say like 3.5, 4
Maybe
hours.
you're getting like probably starts like 7-ish. I don't know about like 11.
Yeah, in my mind too. I'm still of the mindset. I forget actually that they film Collision and Dynamite sometimes on the same day. I'm still of the mindset of like I thought Collision was live. Is that not true anymore?
Sometimes it's live.
Okay. Man, that's not good. That's not good if it's a sometimes thing. I don't know why. I feel like that needs to be.
Sometimes it's live and sometimes it's not. It depends on like what TNT and TBS are broadcasting at the time. So no, I think it's too.
Oh, if it's like it's in like hockey season or something. Why wouldn't you just do the? Oh, we're gonna sidebar this really hard right now. But why wouldn't you just do the streaming? Like you have the HBO deal. Like you could just be like, no. We can get into that.
Yeah.
They still, no matter what, they still have the HBO deal. Yeah, because like that is something that's being purchased. You know.
Even Tony Khan was even talking about it and said that they're still under contract for a couple more years under that HBO thing.
So here's the fun thing. I was listening to other people talk about this as well. And they're like, hey, Netflix, all they did was announce the purchase. Like announce the intention to purchase realistically. They're like, hey, we agreed to a deal. That doesn't mean anything's final. They're like, realistically, like the amount of time that it's going to take for not only like regulatory approval, but like everything to actually happen is probably conveniently going to run the length of AEW's current TV deal. Which, in my mind, is probably a pretty good indicator that I don't think that deal should be approved, but that'll be a separate conversation. I think that's a monopoly problem, personally, because like you're not going to renew that deal.
No,
You're not. So now AEW is losing their streaming rights. They're essentially being pushed out the door because the company that WWE is currently with
bought their. Yeah.
You know, like that's not cool. Don't do that. That's messed up. More wrestling is good for everybody. Stop. Then again, I also do think AEW, their next deal wouldn't be with HBO anyways. It better not be. Their next deal better be with freaking Apple or Amazon at this rate. WWE has Netflix, bro. You want to compete? You're number 2. Apple, Amazon. It's one of those two. Has to be. Had to fix the cans. They were falling off my head. Sorry, not sorry. But like, you feel
It's yeah. If that deal goes through, they have a lot of stuff. I was watching a video about it. I don't know, like what they're gonna get.
what Netflix is gonna get,
So much.
dude. Yeah, do you?
Yeah, I saw quite a bit.
Because like it's so like we're over here in our little world of wrestling, but like that's like Game of Thrones, Harry Potter,
The Friends franchise.
the Friends franchise.
Killing off that.
Oh my god.
The like Minecraft movie and all these old classic movies like Citizen Kane, Casablanca, all these old stuff.
Because it's Warner Brothers they're buying.
DM is included.
Yeah, DC verse. They're gonna Netflix gonna own that now.
Shut the front door. Wait, so hold on, what? Oh, because Warner. Oh my god! If this was on camera, you would watch my head fucking explode right now.
Boom.
I want to. We're gonna get way too political, way too fast. I would not approve this deal. I don't think I would. That's way too much. Because like that's a lot of stuff that's still actively pumping out. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm about to use that word. Content. Like Harry Potter's not going to stop any. Like they're literally about to essentially reboot the entire franchise. That's not going away anytime soon. Those kids are young. DCU, the DC universe is still pumping out content. That's not going away anytime soon. Oh my god, Netflix is going to be a powerhouse.
Bigger than what it already is.
Comcast and
Yeah.
Paramount.
They're gonna. No, I think Paramount. Well, here's the problem. I think Paramount was also trying to buy Warner Brothers. Yeah,
They're not gonna get it.
they're not.
That's it.
But here's the thing. Like now, after we're sitting here talking through this, it's like how would have either of those deals gotten approved? Why? You're essentially you're picking your company. Like, hey, which one of you guys is essentially going to rule entertainment for the next, I'll say 15, 20 years maybe.
Yeah. We're just going back in time, like you were saying on China, but we're going back to cable without being cable.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, Netflix. All Netflix is doing is introducing cable to the streaming world. That's all that is.
That's all these streaming services are doing.
Yeah.
Just reinvented cable.
Yeah. Everyone's like, I'm cord cutting. It's like you're just physically cutting the cord. That's it. That's all you're actually doing. You're not lowering any of your.
You have the subscription for every single one of them, so you still are paying.
You're probably secretly paying more because you're dumb and you don't want to do math. Oh my god. Anywho, back to Cena because that's crazy. I can't believe that we just went on that tangent. No, you know what? Let's go on another one. Because this actually kind of works out perfectly because we're okay. So Netflix is going to buy Warner Brothers. You got a Warner Brother. Remember that T-shirt? Haha. That gave away my age. But speaking of the guys getting new deals, like, okay, that's going to mess with AEW. And apparently, there's this big new battle for number 2 now. TNA inks this pretty cool. I mean, I don't know the specifics yet or anything, so hopefully that'll come out. But they got a pretty darn good deal with AMC. Like, that is a massive channel.
Yeah.
Quite the upgrade from where they are now.
Oh my God. I think I would potentially argue this might be the biggest channel they've ever been on.
I think about like Spike.
Yeah.
It must be on Fox Sports. Fox Sports.
Yeah.
It was on
But nobody knew. Like, I didn't.
FSN. I was like, regional freaking TV wasn't much.
Yeah.
The run with Spike TV.
Well, that's like that was like, I don't know if you could hear the hesitation, because I'm like, man, because like Spike was such a big deal back then.
The icons for that.
Yeah, but like I still don't feel like it wasn't like. I think Spike also lost some of his prestige when WWE left, so they tried to replace like it felt like a replacement type of deal. So while like they were on a ton of TVs, I think a lot of that audience followed WWE, and they didn't necessarily hang around for TNA. Now TNA is going to a channel, I don't want to say ever, but like from what I remember, has not had professional wrestling. Hasn't had a whole lot of live content, I would say. I'm trying to remember if like live PD or something may have. I don't know if that was on their thing.
After the shows, like the Walking Dead that they had. They do the Talking Dead afterwards.
Okay. Yeah.
That would have been live.
That was live. Touche. You are correct. Okay. So that's live okay. That's live. Yeah. That's live programming. That's live content. You are correct. That is live programming. In my mind, I probably should have been more specific. I was like, it's not like sports facing, because like it's a little different. Like it's live TV is like, hey, it's live pal. Live TV is live TV. Right. That was weird.
It's live, baby.
It's live. We're live. my microphone just made, like I just like moved something on my microphone accidentally. I don't know, but like I just personally I feel like this is a massive upgrade for them. Like this is probably the biggest thing, and it's probably just because like The Walking Dead is just such a fucking franchise. Who cares? Like if it's definitely a decade past its prime, but like everybody knows.
You got The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad on that channel.
Better Call Saul. Yeah, they throw out some bangers, man. So like, but like people know like you could say like, hey, what channel it's on? Oh, AMC. People aren't gonna be like, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Like what channel are they on right now?
Access.
Huh? Like, do you get Access?
Do I get it?
Okay, well, no, that's not unfortunate. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Everybody else probably doesn't.
But like, that's not okay. My point.
Pop at one point. I know we got that channel. We got Pop.
Well, this is going to go better to my.
Pop.
I remember Pop TV. I remember those days. This goes to my point, though. Not everybody got Pop. So now that they're on AMC, this isn't a question that people are going to ask. It's like, oh, do I get that? Oh, no. If you have AMC, you're going to hear, where are they? AMC. You're going to know right off the bat, yeah, I got that channel. I know for a fact I can watch that. Or you're going to know, oh, man, I didn't feel like paying for the upgraded package. I don't have that channel. How much is... Or
AMC Plus.
How much is AMC Plus? Yeah. But they're still going. But the thing is they're going to automatically know, ooh, I know that there's AMC Plus.
Right.
Hopefully, though, that gets people to actually go subscribe to TNA Plus. That would be how I would market that problem. Don't have us? Here's your solution. Sorry, AMC. They're probably supposed to tell you to go to AMC Plus, though. I probably just... Yeah, that was probably... I mean, I don't work for anybody, so that's not a problem.
Netflix will buy that out, too.
That's going to be... Like, who owns AMC? Seriously, who owns... Yeah.
I want to say Universal, which is Comcast or something.
Yeah, that'll never get sold. No, Comcast is one of those companies that'll just die. I don't think they'll sell. Yeah, no. Somebody will end up buying buy whatever library Comcast has, like in 50 years. I don't think that'll sell. Comcast will die when cable finally actually dies. You'd be surprised. Everything's going digital. Everything is really going digital. So we'd say not in our lifetime, but I will say after the experience that I had this weekend, I never thought I would be in a vehicle that would drive me around. Okay. And I was chauffeured all weekend long. Did not have to lift a finger. It's weird. We are in the future. Like I never thought that would happen. Like I can remember when Big Red was giving me crap when the iPhone first came out and I bought it.
Yep.
And that was such a crazy thing, but it's like, man, the world, everything changes so fast. Don't be shocked, bro. Don't be shocked. Speaking of things that have changed so fast, I know that you were talking about failures with the Cena thing earlier. I'm really shocked. You're talking about Cena's run and failure that you didn't bring up the heel turn.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the biggest gripe that everybody has had.
Thank you, Travis Scott and The Rock.
To be fair, though, we were just talking about Cena hanging up the colorful shirts and everything and putting on the suit and tie. Isn't that a bigger heel turn than anything?
No, because he's giving you enough of a runway.
Yeah, but nobody's believing him.
That's their problem, though. But that doesn't make him a heel because he's telling you. But he's telling you the truth. Like he's told you the truth the entire time. I'll make an argument as a heel that actually, as a heel, I told you the truth the whole time. Sometimes you just don't like the fucking truth, or you don't want to hear it. But I think with him, it's an honest truth, and it's like, hey, it's not coming from a place where he's like, I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to harm you in any type of way. I'm telling you so far out in advance so that like as we get closer, you actually hopefully come to terms with this. He's like, that I'm not lying to you, that I'm being honest, that this is it. Because like he's been on the I don't know if you guys have noticed this week, at least this has been a big week. Cena's been on the podcast circuit too. This was not on our rundown. I'm springing this on both of you, but I'm only springing this because I know that I've listened to both of these. I spent a lot of time in the car this weekend, guys. I've listened to both of these. Dude, Cena was, I think there was I think his name is Bill Simmons. I think it was the Bill Simmons podcast. I'm going to look this up real quick. But I know for a fact that he was on Rogan.
Yeah, he was on someone with that.
He was on Rogan for this week. And
Fallon or somebody too.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of...
Like the last second Peacock subscribers in there. Last second Peacock subscribers for another.
Or you can just take a page out of Stephanie McMahon's book and get the VPN that they're no longer advertising on a thing after the ESPN debut episode. Get a VPN and just watch everything on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix to see the match?
I internationally set your freaking thing too. That's why you get a VPN. Yeah, internationally, everything's on Netflix. That's why you get it. Yeah, that's why it was such a big deal when Stephanie out of nowhere had the VPN, because people are like, what the fuck are you doing? They're going to realize that if they get a VPN, you can just set your location like this. You can just set your location to Canada, and now you're able to watch WWE on Netflix. You don't need the 13,000. And it's because Netflix, they have everything, like all your pay-per-views, all your TV shows. NXT is on Netflix internationally. All you need is a VPN and Netflix, and you can watch anything WWE puts out. Please don't sue me. I'm going to look up that Bill Simmons thing real quick because I'm pretty positive that was his name, but man, I'm going to hate myself if I was wrong.
He's a podcaster guy from Boston.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was right. Cool. Hey, buddy, Bill Simmons, you're never going to listen to this, but if you do, you're going to need to Google yourself and then send Google a check because those pictures, they're not you, buddy. They're doing you a fucking favor. I mean, you still look good, but they're definitely doing you a favor. Anywho, but yeah, I brought up the podcast thing for a reason because I think that's just another part of like. Oh, this is why. I think that's just another thing. It's like, hey, when was the last podcast Cena did?
Cena did?
Yeah, when was the last time you like Cena? Like, because Cena does the late night shows all the time. But when was the last time you saw Cena on a podcast? Has he done Van Vliet?
I've done a couple podcasts.
Like, okay. Okay. So I'll be more specific. When was the last time you saw Cena sit down for an hour plus, 2 hour plus interview? Just to chat. Hey, let's just for 2 hours plus have a conversation. When was the last time you saw that?
Was he running the Stone Cold podcast?
Oh, I don't think so. And even still, but Austin's, if he was, he would have been on the WWE version of the podcast. WWE version of the podcast never went that long. They were only about an hour long. Yeah.
I didn't remember.
I think that this is part of the plan where it's just like, these are things now because Cena's also talking about things. I sent this to Kenny. I really think Cena dropped a lot of knowledge in the Bill Simmons podcast. That was such a well done interview. Like Rogan is just Rogan in general is just you go on Rogan to just a BS with Rogan. Like Joe is just talking. There's something about you that Joe wants to know about. That's why you're there. He just wants to have a conversation. You know, maybe that's Bill Simmons as well, but like this, the conversation was so much different, and the knowledge that Cena dropped in that conversation was very nuanced to the business that I was just like, oh, I don't think he has this conversation if he's not on his way out the door. Like, I don't think he talks about these things. It's like he's giving such like really good, deep wisdom where it's like, I think like you do that, but like, I think like the things that he's openly talking like about, like it sounded like that's probably a conversation that he's had with people behind closed doors, not on camera. You know, like there were some things in there that I was just like, whoa, I never thought of the business that way before. Like I'd never thought of this. It was I think maybe that's why it was so eye-opening to me. And I was like, oh, no. He's on his way out. Like he's very honest about this. He's very, very honest about like, I want to leave this business in a better place than when I found it. He's letting everything loose on his way out the door. I really do think he's done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I hope he's on as Peacemaker, though. I hope he stays in Peacemaker.
Oh, he's not going to leave Hollywood. He'll just leave.
I'm like, yeah. Like, this would be in DCU.
Oh, yeah. He was. That was one of the things that was actually. Did you watch the Rogan interview? Oh, okay. That was actually one of the things that Joe asked him. And he was just like, okay. He's like, so you're done wrestling, right? He's like, that's all you've done with the rest of your whole life. What are you doing now?
Yep.
And Cena genuinely, he was just like, I have no idea. And he's like, oh, and Joe's like, oh, well, you could just devote yourself to Hollywood full time. And he's like, and Cena's like, I mean, if they call me, sure. He's like, I'm not going to, like, and this is Cena being humble because that's the person that he is. Cena's like, hey man, I'm not just going to assume that now because I'm retired from wrestling that my phone, like that my Hollywood line is just going to be jumping.
Right.
You know, he's like, that's not the assumption I'm making. If that's what happens, great. But if not, it sounds like Cena's kind of ready just to be like,
Retired.
I mean, he's earned it. He's earned it. Homeboy was on the road 200 plus days a year. I think he was still at the tail end where they were doing 300 days a year. Like, you're talking about the level of commitment that you had to make. I mean, it's still the same level of commitment, don't get me wrong, but being away for that long, bumping that often, the wear and tear is ridiculous. You know, like, I'm a guy that's wrestled since I was about 20, we'll say. But like nowhere near the level that he was at. Like, no, when I say level, I mean like the obvious, but like B, I meant like how often. I can't think of the proper word for that.
Doing like 5.
The frequency.
Yeah, it's like 5+ nights a week, probably.
Huh?
Like every week, almost every.
You're talking 5 days a week, yeah. And I was nowhere. You're talking 5 days a week, every week for
Plus the travel and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I did nowhere near that. Like, nowhere near that. And I'm in pain. Like, I can only imagine. And that was one of the things that he was very. I can't remember which podcast it was, but that was kind of the picture that he was painting. He was just like, oh, you know, I think it was Bill, because I think on the bill he mentioned that he wanted to do the 200 dates, and he's like, oh, I found out very quickly that would have been stupid. Because he's just like everyone. He's like, why is everyone? He's like, you're doing some of your best work, and he's genuinely like, yeah, because this is all I have, and you can see in him that he's like, oh wait a minute, hold on, guys. Pause for a second. I think he's being serious. Like the way he says it, he's just like, look, like, yeah, this, like, it's like, oh, I think he's in a lot more pain. I think he's in a little bit more rough shape than he's letting.
I think he's not 27 years old.
Yeah. Where I was just like, oh boy, you can see it on him. He's like, nope. Like, I couldn't. He's like, I wouldn't have made. He's like, I would have signed up for 200 dates. I probably would have made 30 and then realized that this was a very bad idea. You know, and then it's like, what would you have done? I'm like, well, I would have done my 200 dates, and it wouldn't have been pretty. So, like, thank God it's only 30. Like, this is why every match has been so good. This is why everything looks so great. I was blown away. That's like, he's giving. I'm like, he's almost giving too much. Like, I feel like this is the most he's ever given on camera now. So I don't know. So we can get back to where we're going with everything. With the last match, we know it's Gunther now.
Yeah.
What else do we have on the card so far? I know that you have that.
There you have Bailey and so good.
Yep.
And Cody and Oba Femi.
I'm so angry about that match.
So angry.
I wanted.
Remember you said he wanted Oba Femi versus Cena?
Yeah, I wanted Oba Femi versus Cena. That's why I'm angry, because I'm like, God damn it, he's on the show. Like, I was close.
I thought you were talking about Cody versus
Starks.
Ricky.
I really wanted that for Ricky. I really, really, really wanted that for him. I think the only reason why they were like, hey, we don't need to do this now because y'all have the story. We can do that anytime. We can strike that iron whenever, you know, like this, like we could potentially only strike this iron now until he comes up. We can, like, bro, we can do you guys whenever, because like that story is always going to be there. Always. I think that's my rationale, and I'm sticking to it.
I feel like he got me that Oba is to destroy Cody though.
That's why I'm kind of angry, because it's like, why would you? Because now you just put the belt back on Oba.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
And if you have Oba come up and just destroy Cody like he should, everyone now is going to be like, whoa, wait a minute.
Going back to NXT.
This motherfucker needs to be on the main roster now. Like, this is who Cody's working with until, however, I think they might work themselves into a shoot here.
I mean, to be fair, they do have another. I mean, depends on how long they actually want to keep the belt on Oba.
Well, then why take it off of Starks? Saints. I'm sorry. No, that wasn't it. That wasn't a dick thing. That was true. Ricky, I'm still getting used to the Saints name, the Ricky Saints name. I'm still getting used to it.
Everybody is.
I really liked, I don't know, he was Starks, man. Like, all that stuff just stuck with me. I loved it. Like,
I still think Starks worked way better.
Well, I think he'll argue you because it's more personal to him that Saints is going to work better. So, like, I'll eventually like it.
It's still Ricky S.
It is. The signature doesn't change much now, does it? But I don't know, man. Because what got me was the promo when they announced it. Cody didn't cut, and maybe this should have been I should have saw the opposite of what I saw. Cody didn't cut that promo to Oba. He cut that promo to Ricky. Like, he had eye contact with Ricky the entire time. And part of me was just like, oh, I thought he fell into a trap where he was just like, oh, like I'm going to work my buddy. So, like, you know, and I was just like, oh, cool. It's going to be Ricky. We're going to see this finally. Like, that's going to be a lot of fun. Cause, like, you know, Cody's going to make him look like a fucking $1,000 billion. Oh, yeah. You know, like, that would have been such a good match, and it would have nailed what Cena wanted, like highlighting our youth. Oh my God. Like, and Cody, don't get me wrong, Cody's going to do the same exact thing for Oba. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oba's a monster.
That's right. That's the thing.
It's hard Cena. Gunther instead.
Yeah. Oh my God! You could have had two monsters, like Gunther's Gunther. No matter what, Gunther is a made man. You could have fucking made Oba too. You're gonna make Oba. Don't get me wrong. They're still gonna make Oba. Oba's gonna be a rock star because he's working with Cody. But, like, you could have, Starks could have won. You could have had. I don't even actually, you know what? I don't even know how you get there. I don't even know how you get there now.
The thing was, they shouldn't have made that match like before you get the belt and you get Cody. It should have been like, hey, we've got this match, and then
you should have. And then, you know what, Cody, you could have had Starks. You could have had Starks win, and then you could have just had Cody come out at Deadline.
Like, hey, I want to face you.
Guess what? Yeah, meant to bring this up. Hey, buddy. Meant to mention this to you. You know, like, you could have, like, you really could have milked that relationship.
Yeah.
But then again, that's a well that doesn't go anywhere. That's still there. You can always go back. Like, who's to say they don't just do this again? And Starks just happens to find himself in that situation again.
Yeah.
You know?
Or Saints.
Starks Saints.
I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna do it. Ricky, baby. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. So what do you think they're going to... So we have Cody Oba, which I've already mentioned my disdain for. Who do you guys think is going to win that, by the way?
I'm hoping Oba wins, but...
I'm hoping Oba, too.
I hope. I need Cena. Oh, my God. I almost said Cena. I need Cody to win. I need Cody to win. Because I think if you have Oba win... if you have Oba win, you're opening Pandora's box. I don't know if you want to open that yet. I don't think so. I think Drew gets involved.
Yeah, Drew's in the back room.
I think Drew gets involved. I don't think they're...
I get involved too. I mean, it depends on what Tuesday.
I wouldn't get Ricky involved because, like, then you run the risk of him, of storyline wise, of him upsetting Cody. And then it's like, fuck, now we have to go to that well. I think if you just have Drew...
I think if anybody's going to get involved with, like, Oba or anything like that, it'll be from NXT. It wouldn't be Ricky. I think it'll be Javon.
That's a pop because he is the number one contender.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. I think it'll be Drew. I do see it being Drew
For Rumble.
because it doesn't. Yes, you get your match because they're not done. Cody Drew's nowhere near done, but that's a little seed for later. Like Oba, as he won't really care, but he will.
Yeah.
You know, like that'll be something down the road. He'd be like, "Hey, man, like my first opportunity here, you shit on.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bro." And like there you go, hoss fight, let him go. You know, that's why I'm like, I think it'll be Drew because like you can get the most out of it no matter what. Like you have your immediate mileage with Cody, and we got a little something tucked in our back pocket with Oba now too, bro, because he's not long for NXT.
No.
There.
Ready to call up. After the Rumble, probably, or during the Rumble.
Which is why I was, to be honest with you, which is why I was completely shocked that he beat Saints. I was completely shocked because I truly thought that you'd have Saints beat him, and then you could have him finish his feud. You can have him then go into a feud with Javon Evans. How do you get into that? He just lost to Saints. He wants to get his way back to Saints. What's the quickest way back to Saints right now? Challenging the number one contender for his number one contendership. You just bully him. Get that match. Javon beats him. Okay, now Oba goes away. Now, but because all you're doing though is killing time till Rumble season, till Mania. All right, now we can just call the kid up. We bought ourselves enough time. We made 2 people on the way out. Here he goes up here for us. We're going to go make him a monster. In the meantime, we have our number 1 and our number 2 guys. Here they go. They're going to work with each other for a little bit. And then Ricky's going to fucking go up. That's how personally I would have handled that. But
We got that new stars now. Cena's gone, buddy.
that's...
Yeah.
Which is like, hey, this is the point of the last show. So speaking of another star, Bailey and Sol Ruka. Bailey being, dude, there's a nickname for her floating out there in my noggin that I'm going to come up because she is like the protector of women's wrestling right now. Like she is just, I don't know. So for her to be on this card is perfect because it goes in my mind directly to what Cena's wants. And then Sol freaking Ruka.
She can afford to take a loss, dude.
Who?
Bailey.
It doesn't matter. Both of them can. Doesn't matter who would win or lose. Like that match, that's a fucking showcase. You know, because like again, Bailey's gonna work like Cody. Bailey's gonna work her fucking ass off. She's gonna make sure Sol looks like $1,000 million. Oh my god! But yeah, one day this generation is going to talk about Bailey the same way our generation talks about the things that Natty's doing for the business. Like Natty's doing a lot for the business. Bailey's going to be that same freaking person to watch. She just did a week-long, I don't know if it was a week-long camp, but she like just did a camp with a bunch of women that are on the independent scene on her dime. She flew them out. She housed them. She paid for the fucking, she did all, like I'm telling you guys, one day people are going to really understand everything that Bailey is doing for women's professional wrestling, and she is she's a fucking saint. It's gonna be Saint Bailey. I don't know what it'll be, but like she's like the patron saint of professional wrestling. There it is. Like, no, it's not the matriarch, because like that's in my mind. I heard matriarch and I'm immediately like, oh, that's Mother Wayne. You know, I'm like, no, she's like the patron saint of professional wrestling, because like she's just like do everything she can is strictly for the betterment. Just everything that woman does is just strictly for the betterment of professional wrestling. And it's It's fucking amazing. It's fucking cool. Sorry, mini rant. I'm gonna go.
It was cool. I didn't know that about Bailey.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah, no, I Lodestone, I think it was. I was watching. I follow Bailey on Instagram, and she was just posting pictures about it, and I saw it, and I recognized Gabby. She's a wrestler from Limitless. I recognized her, and I was just like, "Holy shit! What are you doing?" I'm like, "What are you doing working with?" Like, not that she couldn't, but it was just like, whoa! Like, I just saw you do a show. I just saw you, booked at Limitless doing the stuff up here. Like, yeah, I know that you're all over the place, but like, whoa! What are you doing training with Bailey? Like, what is going on here? And then like I looked into the picture. I was like, well, there's a lot of women in this picture, like, and they're all like every single one of them is in fucking phenomenal shape. I'm just like, okay, these are obviously all workers. What's going on here? And then you look into it, and Bailey's like, oh yeah, no, this is a thing that I was, just a camp that I did. And you look a little deeper and you realized, oh yeah, this is a camp that she did, that she funded. She flew the girls out. She's taking care of these people because she wants the place to be better.
That's good. I mean, it's good recruiting too. Think about it.
If you could see my face, from just like, dude, it's like, that's how you ensure like you have your finger on the pulse, man. Like you can see everybody. Like, oh, okay, like, you know what? Maybe you, because it is like, hey, we cast characters. Like, what do we need at this point in time? But like, it's always good to have your finger, and just like her finger. Again, I'm telling you, it's like Natty. Her fingerprints. Do not a lot of people know now. Her fingerprints are all over this goddamn business. Bailey's going to be the same exact way, which when by the time she's done, her fingerprints are going to be all over the place and nobody sees it yet, but it's really fucking cool.
Why does they capitalize on it? Why does they capitalize on it?
I think there's no way you don't. Like, that's just knowledge, man. That you capitalize it by just continuing to get better. Like I don't think you need to worry about like, oh, all these people have to get signed. They all have to, no, they just all have to get better. And then yes, they just have to learn. They just have to get better, and then in turn pass that knowledge along. Make the people go home and make the people around you even better, because they're going to go to other shows and hopefully they're just going to make the people, like, you're just strictly doing things for the betterment of the business. It's fucking hot. Like, sorry, that's fucking hot. That's dope as fuck. So like, kudos to her. Hats off. Who do you guys think wins? Like, I know we said that it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but like, it doesn't feel like it would harm either one of them if they were to lose.
I don't know. The toss up one. Like, you could have Bailey win, but you also want to have like when the future people win.
You also don't want to make it so heavy.
Yeah.
And I think this is where one of those matches where it can truly go either way.
I'm going Soul.
I wanted to go Soul, but Lane and Bailey.
I think I'm going to go Soul. I think Bailey's going to figure out a way to take the meanest fucking soul snatcher
God, yeah.
you've seen. I think like that'll be like Bailey's little feather in her cap thing where everyone, like, people are just going to be like, oh, well, you lost. She's like, yeah, but they're going to fucking talk about that for a while. So did I really lose? I think that's what she'll do. She's going to have oh my God, they're going to fucking tear that house down. That's so cool. I can't wait. Yeah, I think Soul wins just because I Bailey's so selfless. So selfless.
Yeah, so yes, there comes fucking that on.
Yeah.
Other than that, people in the same calendar year.
I think that, you know what? I think it should be.
AJ Styles?
Nope. I think he will. Yes, I think he'll eventually do that. I think I don't. Oh man, who do you think wins? And then I'll go in my whole spiel of how I book Gunther.
Gunther or Cena?
I don't know. The son's gonna kill me if I don't say Cena, because he's #1 fan. But I'm going Gunther.
Yeah, there's no way. I think Gunther's going to retire, quote unquote, Cena. I want to place bets on like what level of ground beef we think Cena's chest is going to be by the end of this match. Like, what, like, are we talking mincemeat? Are we like how beat to fucking shit? But I think Gunther is going to be our new legend killer.
I can get behind that.
Which means I think Randy's next.
No.
I think Randy's next. At some point, whether he may not be next. He may not be next. I think Randy's on that list now.
I can see on the list.
I think you build it. Maybe AJ would be next, and it's like, hey, like, and that's when Gunther starts to realize he's like, oh, it's not going to be
out of their misery.
Yeah, like it's not going to be the legend killer, but they'll come up with something.
Yeah,
oh man. Gonna be like, I don't know, like the Ender or stuff. So I don't know, but they'll come up with something, and he's going, and then it'll be Orton, him and Orton, and that's a Mania match. That's a Mania match right there, and that's when Orton retires, and now you have this legend killer, this guy that's just the Annihilator.
I mean, he's already the ring general.
I know, but there's something. There's something there. You don't think that he can level up, bro. He's going to evolve, and I thought this was his final form. I thought this was Walter's final form. He's about to evolve again. He's gonna take another step. This dude's about to become a fucking superstar.
Just without another name change. No
name change. I think they'll tweak the moniker. That's why I'm having such a hard time trying to think of it, because it has to be kind of like the ring general, but it also is going to be like he is like the end, this is you're facing something here. Yeah. So they're going to rename him. They'll not re-moniker him. I'm sorry. Yeah. They'll do that.
Moniker the freaking Seth Rollins head.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, because you want your character to eventually evolve. We look at it, people look at it as Jericho is the king of this, but he makes his changes can sometimes be, I don't want to say radical, but in terms to what he was doing, it's a radical change.
Yeah.
But he constantly reinvents himself. I think this is a way to do a reinvention, but with just all you're doing is just tweaking it a bit, because it's still at its essence Gunther.
Right.
But now it's we've unlocked that killer mentality that's always there. That he's just kind of
turned it up to 10.
Not even. Now he's just focusing on that. That's that's something that he's always had, and that's just been it's just an instinct that I've had. But now it's but now that's an instinct that I take guidance from. That's an instinct that I genuinely it's not just there. I'm listening to it. It's actively forming decisions in my mind right now. And it's brought me to a level of danger. I don't think I'm cutting promos for him now. I don't think you understand the level of danger that you truly are in right now. I think you can get him to he'll cut promos in just a calm, confident, hey man, I'm going to hurt you. Do you not see this? Does it not, right? Cena, Goldberg, Styles, Orton.
That's a killer list.
Brother, I'm going to hurt you. There's that next level with Gunther. That's just you could turn him. He's your next Brock. Just instead of him being the beast, oh, no. Here's You know, this is inevitable. Gunther is inevitable.
The ring supremacists.
Oh, they have to be very careful with the supremacy thing, though. But yes, but like you're on yes, you know, like if they, I think that's what I truly think that may have been what Vince saw. I think he just unfortunately thought he had to draw the supremacy thing out by maybe leaning a little too into the fact that he was Austrian and, you know, like that type of stuff. And it's just like, hey, bro, like that gets a little too like a little too supremacy.
Attitude or anyone, but
No, I don't even mean like that. Like I think with the political climate and everything, it's like, hey, bro. Sometimes supremacy is not the word that we need to be using right now. Like even though it's the word for him that we should be using, because like he's super, like he is supreme, like he's supremacy, like over everybody. Like that's the level, like the God level that we're gonna put him at, you know, like he's like the final boss, you know.
right.
But oh boy, like Brock, like Brock after he beat Taker. That's if there's any comparison. Remember the run that Brock went on after he beat Taker?
Yeah.
That's the Rocket. They're about to tie, I think, right behind
To
Gunther, without a doubt. Because like it just in my mind there's no other arc. Like because if you don't, it's a waste. And you could have done it with somebody else. Like you could have made Oba.
Yeah.
You could have made, you know.
Anybody from NXT.
So speaking of NXT, when we said earlier that they have to add something else, what do you think? What else could they add? What would you want? So that's probably the best way I can ask that question. What would you want them to add? 2 matches. We'll do 2 matches from each of you. Yeah, 2 matches from each of you. And I will think of some too, because I'm spurring this on you guys. We did not go over this beforehand, but I think this is actually a cool thing because I think 5 matches.
Javon Evans, AJ Styles match.
There you go. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So there's one, and that is how you show off the future. Okay.
Then it's a tag team match. Not sure who you use.
What tag team do you think what tag team do you think would be the best on NXT to benefit from that level of exposure?
That's the problem because like not really any established tag teams there.
Who are the tag team champions right now?
Dark State.
Fuck. Okay. No, they're too new. That's what that was for. I that's gonna come off as a dig. That's not a dig. It's purely just like they're too new. They're too new for that shit. That's why you took the belts off them though, because then it would have had to have been the Hardys, and that would have been a problem. Because then you would have had to have brought a young team from TNA, and that completely destroys the point. Shit, I don't know what other tag teams there are. Do you bring in? No, because they already advertised those boys that did their excursion.
What about what's it? Hank and Tank?
That's the team I was just talking about. Yeah, they just advertised their return to NXT next week. So I wouldn't surprise them because you've already advertised their comeback. But that would have been perfect because they're coming back from excursion. So you could have the package that they aired for them last night on Deadline. Was it Deadline? I know there's a pay-per-view, but they aired a package for them, and this is why I was thinking about it, because like they're coming back from their excursion. They were just at Noah. Man, that would have been a perfect spot for them. And I know a great tag team that you could have put them with.
Who's that?
Thank God for the New Day.
Oh.
You can put New Day with anybody, and it's going to be a fucking banger.
There's a lot of tags you like use. You have a.
Well, no, I'd use New Day because they're going to lose. No offense, New Day, but like I I would put the New Kids up. Yeah, they're just coming off a thing of. They're just coming back from Japan. New Day can lose because all that does is hands them. Here's more kindle for your heat. Here's more heat. Here's more heat. Here's more heat. They're fine. They're. I'm not saying they don't need to win because eventually, yes, they'll need to be built back up and go on a run. But like you can beat them on. Like now's the time to beat them while they're like trying to build up their heat. Oh, but who would you want? I'm gonna steal your match. I'm gonna steal the tag match idea because that I'll take that as one of mine. I would do Hank.
I was thinking of a tag match too, and it actually involved one of your guys already. And I mean, you did just say the New Day too. Javon Evans and Leon Slater.
Ooh.
The New Day.
It was like, I don't know.
But he's still future.
Yeah.
He's still future. And that's like a brilliant way actually to like as much as I shit on the idea of using TNA earlier, it is a good way of it kind of goes beyond the point because he said like he wants to showcase the future of WWE. And I think like by bringing Leon Slater in, you're kind of like wink nodding.
He did work last night too.
Yeah, he did.
I'm also saying like you bring him in, you're kind of winking and nodding to the fact like this kid's kind of our future. Like we know it, but that's why I was just like it's kind of a wink and a nod. That would be perfect. Oh man, that's a really good one too. That's really, you know why they'd be really fucking good? Because the New Day is really fucking good. Because the New Day can fucking work with anybody. And as much as I was just like, oh, they can lose. Who cares?
I agree with the other one too, with the New Day versus Hank and Tank.
Yeah,
like, that would have been awesome as well.
Oh, phenomenal way to showcase those boys after coming back from Noah.
Yeah.
Because oh my god, because like it does. Because then like you could be like, the New Day would definitely be like, okay, well you're gonna do something new then. Like what's different? Like what did you add? And they'll make sure. Let's get that over.
Right.
Ugh. I can't wait for them to get that for WWE to care about their tag division again.
I mean, it's kind of going to go on SmackDown together. It's a good tag division there.
Well, because they have the time on SmackDown. They're about to bring SmackDown to 3 hours too, so I don't know. All right, so we all have one match under our belts now.
Yeah.
What's your second match?
Either a tag team match or like a women's showcase.
Now you have to add the women's because we can't just steal that from you too.
There's Jordan Grace.
Well, why would you feel like they need another women's show? They have a women's. You want to? I'm just saying. I'm going. Wouldn't you theoretically try to get make the women a tag match? Get more of them on.
Maybe.
Look at me fucking your day up. I'm only saying that because you've literally built this before.
Jordan Grace teaming up.
Yeah, this is where things get difficult, huh? To be fair, we put you on the spot. We're kind of fucking you up.
Jordan Grace and we do some weird match just because. Jordan Grace and Jada Parker. Where's the team of Rhea Ripley and Jada Parker?
Hold on. Who's to say? Okay, never mind. Go. Okay, go. Okay, that's yours.
Yeah. You guys go.
What were you going to go rant about?
Well, I'm just like, who's to say for the teams that it truly has to be WWE versus NXT? Why couldn't it be Jordan Grace and Rhea Ripley taking on?
I completely agree with that one too.
A Blake Monroe and Tiffany Stratton.
I mean, you could, but
you're kind of blowing your load there.
you gotta to say some stuff in the future, guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're kind of just here's the money. That's not one of my matches, but I'm just like, that's like, but who's to say? Like, is like the team of Rhea Ripley and Jordan Grace would look like that. The moment you said Rhea on the other side, I was like, oh my God, imagine Jordan and Rhea standing next to each other.
They technically have teamed up before, I think.
Where?
Yeah, I think they teamed up, didn't they? In one of the NXT shows? Am I thinking of something else?
Maybe.
Like, I swear they teamed up against, like,
They might have. Yeah. I think.
like, lead up to Evolution.
Yeah. But it was just like that would be an amazing visual. And then I'm like, oh shit, okay, what's an
You can do it after freaking Saudi somehow. Saudi Rebel.
Yeah.
The best muscle that been showing.
Oh, yeah, that showed up. I'm telling you, man. Once they have a lot of people that once they get them out of NXT, they're gonna feed families. They're gonna feed families. Shit. All right, I need to come up with a second match. James, Red, you got a second match yet? Because you've given us both of yours, and your match has been good enough to get to fuck both of us up.
I'm still kind of in awe of. I'm just thinking about Rhea Ripley versus Jordan Grace.
That would be fucking good. See? Yeah. I'm like, man, I kind of want to get Starks on the show somehow. Saints, fuck.
Did it again.
But I also am like, man, you kind of lost. Like, I don't want to be like you lost your opportunity because like you didn't. But yeah, I'm just like thinking like who else on NXT like I don't want to say deserves, but I'm just like, man, would really benefit. That's probably the better way I could put that. Would really.
Ego.
Oh my God, dude, give me Ethan Page and Chelsea Green taking on. Oh man, I'm trying to think of like a solid female from NXT. You know what? Fuck it. Give me Jordan Grace. And then give me a big. Who would Jordan Grace look really fucking good next to? Like really goddamn good next to. Like really fucking good next to. Give me the team that I am going to name Quadzillas. The team of Jordan Grace. So Ethan Page, all ego, Ethan Page and fucking Chelsea Green versus Team Quadzilla, Jordan Grace and Randy fucking Orton. That's my two.
You mean Quadzill's Bully Ray? What are you talking about?
I'm just. That's Calfzilla.
Oh, yeah.
That's Calfzilla. He called himself Calfzilla, yes. Because Billy Ray has very impressive calves. Very impressive calves. I'm talking Quadzilla. Like, you, dude.
If he wasn't real, I would say Jordan Grace and Finn Balor would have been interesting.
Yeah, but you'd have to get him in the old school Speedo.
Yeah.
Because, like, you'd have to. Yeah, they're both specimens, yes, but like he hides a lot of that now. Now he's just an ab guy, you know. Babyface Finn, you look at him, you're like, oh wow, you're a body guy. No,
See,
yeah, no pressure.
Are we considering Ethan Page on NXT?
He is, yeah, he is.
Right, but he is Chelsea Green on SmackDown and.
Yes.
Part of her thing too on SmackDown, isn't he?
No, he hasn't been on. Has he been on SmackDown with her?
Backstage segments on SmackDown.
Maybe
backstage, yes, but it's not like really on camera. No, he hasn't come out with her yet. He's just like, yes, they've done things backstage where like maybe he just happens to be there, but they haven't officially brought that. So like on screen, we're like. In my mind, doing something like in a backstage vignette is very, very different than you could do that same exact vignette, potentially. You can cut the promo that you're cutting in the vignette in ring. So until you do something like in ring on camera together, you guys aren't necessarily, like, we're not all in on this yet. I'm sorry, because we can still, with just backstage vignettes, we can explain away why one of you go away. If we're doing something on camera with you, it's you're getting more time, you're getting more of everything. It's a little bit more difficult to explain that away.
I'm going to keep it with the...
God.
Okay.
I think.
Joe Hendry and Thea Hale.
How did...
Versus Dirty Dom and Liv Morgan.
That'd be interesting.
That's a winner. Fist bump that one. That's damn fucking good. That's a damn... Because you're getting a probably what's going to be... Yes. Yep. Because I was going to give them both. Like, Dom and Liv are going to be the number one story on Monday Night Raw. Mm-hmm. Give it time, because we believe Joe Hendry, the Joe Hendry to Tia Hale thing. I probably just butchered her name. I'm so sorry. But here's the compliment. That's going to become the most over fucking thing on that show. So, like, they're going to be the number one thing. So I think that's absolutely genius. That one probably happens. Like, I think your two are pretty... I'm fantasy booking over here. I wasn't being serious about this shit. No. Why do they write him off? Are they just giving him time, you think? Or is he hurt?
I don't think he's hurt.
Maybe this is how they're just like, hey, man, we keep you alive.
Keep him going.
Keep your... Yeah.
Let's see him at the show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, that's like in a tag match. He doesn't, like, all he has to do is come out, hit the, not even, just hit the classics, really. You know, you don't got to do a whole hell of a lot. Like, yeah, you got to do some stuff, but like, it's not like we need him to go out there and really be crazy. So, I don't know, man. Damn, that's a good. I think I really.
I think I like.
Or in such an integral part.
I said Brock. OVW class.
Yeah, I think I don't think Brock will be there. I don't think so. Nope, because he just beat the fucking shit out of him. There's no point. No, leave it alone. Not you do something with Brock, you're kind of shitting on that finish. I leave Brock alone. I think it's just gonna be big. If you see people like call out Cena, it might feel like Cena died. But like in the way that the show's formatted, where they do like, you know, like when unfortunately somebody passes and they do like the confessionals.
Yeah.
It might be like that for him, where they're just like, they have people talking about what Cena meant to them and Cena's in their career. That's what I was like, because we've never, I think I'm making that assumption, and this is maybe something, we're already over an hour deep in this, but maybe this is like, what do we think that show even looks like? Is like, do you like, because like they're gonna want to figure out a way throughout the night to give him his flowers.
I don't know. Do you have people talk about him?
That's the question. Do you?
Good.
We need Mick Foley back. We need a This Is Your Life.
Well, that's what I'm like. How do you do it in a way that doesn't ultimately make it seem like Cena's dead? But I think the problem with that is like that's the only time we've ever seen that. So like, is this a good way to kind of be like, hey man, we don't. Sometimes these tight shots aren't always when these guys are just in tears crying. Like, hey, here's one where like we're gonna talk about really good memories. Here's a happy time. Like, you think it could be a moment where they take back the teary-eyed confessional and make it a positive, where it's not just this isn't just a sad thing. Like, no, we can do this to celebrate people too.
I mean, it'd be a nice pace, and a nice change of pace there.
You know, I think that hopefully that'd be cool. I think that
It's simple. Like it's like not like maybe like sit down interview type style. Like not like zoomed in or anything. Like I don't know.
No, I think you just give people like, hey man, you got 15 seconds.
She doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
You got 15 seconds. What do you want? If you had 15 seconds to say anything to him, what would be your message?
Like thank you so
Thanks, buddy.
Years.
Yeah, and it's just that you just show that throughout the night. Be like, hey, man, like, you know, you've really like it's a lot of what Cena wanted. It sounds like, hey, man, you know, he wants the emphasis to put on the future of the business. It's like, yes, we're going to do that throughout the matches, but like in between, brother, we're going to give you your flowers, because WWE has a very, very, I don't want to say bad habit, but just they tend to only get the opportunity to give people their flowers when they're gone.
After it's too late, right?
Yeah. I think this is a prime example of when we have the very rare and hopefully what turns into a normal thing now, where someone's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to, let me actually go out on my own terms. I'm going to retire. Let me do this. And we have I don't know, it has to be a show, but like, I am kind of tired of seeing those confessionals where it's just like somebody in tears and like they're talking about what should be happy memories.
Right.
You know, let's do that. Like, oh man, take that back. That'd be such a cool thing. I personally would appreciate that.
I agree. I completely agree with that. Those confessionals they happen one way too often, and two, it's just never a good thing.
Never
Turn it into a positive.
Yeah, I think it's a great way. I think that, you know, Cena retaking retirement and be like, I really am retiring. I think that'd be a really good thing. So I was going to ask you guys, like, what's one thing that you really hope to see from the show? That's mine. I'm going to make that mine. Like, that is one thing that I really hope to see. I would love to see that, because I really want Cena to get his flowers. I think, you know, people need to understand, like, hear it from his peers, just how respected he is. Like, I think the fans love him, but just like for everybody to really understand, like, they say he's the greatest of all time for a goddamn reason. But here's like 999 more of why this guy's the fucking GOAT. And here's mine, you know? So what we'll end it on this. What is one thing that you really hope to see Saturday, December 13th at Saturday night's main event, John Cena's final appearance in WWE?
I'm not sure.
John Cena smiling. Just be happy. Put on his best show.
You just want to see him survive.
Yeah, survive brother.
Survive. Yeah, that's fair, actually. That's very fair. Especially with how I just booked that motherfucker. That's very fair.
Maybe like, take off the armband, put it down. This is it.
Oh my God, I almost started crying. Oh my God, just thinking about that.
Watching that. I was tearing up about it. I was like, oh man.
Oh my God.
And I haven't seen that around.
Do you think he like leaves the sneakers in the middle of the ring?
Maybe.
And the armband on top.
Oh my
As long as it's not the jorts.
God.
Leave the jorts.
So I was gonna say, to be fair, the first thing on my mind was like, do you think he leaves the jorts? I was like, wait, no. This isn't
something we need to see.
This isn't the.
He has this old Cena gear underneath it.
Yeah.
Debut gear.
Oh my God, this isn't the Oscars, people. Okay. So you want to see him retire? I mean, retire, but survive. Like just get through it. Get through it healthy. It sounds like ultimately, yeah. Like I know we're making the joke by saying survive, but like it's realistically, hey man, I really want to see you just come through it on the other side whole.
Yes.
That's solid.
Well, he'll be, yeah, but his chest might not be.
Shit goes wrong. It's one of those things like, yeah, you could be in phenomenal hands. He was in great hands. Cena was in great hands with Seth every single time he's ever worked Seth. There was unfortunately one time where Cena's nose was accidentally fucking sent to the other goddamn side of his face.
It was rearranged that one time.
So like, Dude, that was the gnarliest thing I had ever seen in my life up until that point. But like, that's something that could potentially go absolutely haywire. You know, and it's like, yes, he's technically, you know, because like that's a surgery. Let's get out. I agree. Let's get out on the other side of this without having to get cut. That's what I'm saying. Like, we should probably really end with taking bets on how deep are we thinking his chest gonna be caved in? But Jesus,
I'm not thinking caved in. I'm more thinking puffed up like cauliflower.
Oh my God. It's going to be rough. I just, you know, it's going to be rough because there's no way it's not. Like, they're really going to put that money. They're really going to.
Those chops in the cheap seats.
You're going to feel the chops.
They're really putting that man through it on his way out the door. Oh, man.
We're not put a Goldberg on him either. If they do it like a talk, they're going to cut the mic on his ass.
No, there's no way in hell.
One of my questions, do you guys think they were going to Goldberg?
There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell that happens because it's already happened.
They learn from their mistake.
Yeah. I have faith that there's no way in hell that happens again because it has already happened once. And something, I don't know what went wrong. What went wrong that night? Was it Seth? Was it the fake Seth? But here's the thing. That was the fake Seth injury that seems like it genuinely threw off the entire show. Which is weird to me because like they all knew it was a work. Unless it wasn't and it turned into one. I don't know. But like that's just, I'm like, you know, it's like it's weird how that night went down. I don't think that happens again. I don't. Because I don't, because I think they'll have a graphic up and they'll be like, hey, tune in here to see him talk. Like to see the after whatever the heck. Like if they know they're running long, they're gonna be like, tune into our YouTube fucking channel. We're gonna go live like immediately there, and you'll be able to see everything. I think that's how you hedge that bet, but I don't think so. I think I learned from there. I think they learned from their. I don't want to say mistake, but learned from what happened last time.
Yeah.
I don't know well, here's the thing. We weren't there. We don't know who screwed up. You don't know if that could have been fucking Goldberg. You know, that could have been him just off on time, off on everything, all fucking night. You don't know. Like we have no idea what actually happened there. It seems like the injury, I think the injury they thought was legit. They turned around and they were like, holy fuck, we dodged a bullet? Okay, cool. No, we didn't. You know, I think it turned into one of those where they're like, everybody thinks he's hurt, so like, let's let him go away. We can do something fucking wild. I think that's what really happened, but like, that's not going to happen again because there's no, and I'm sorry, Goldberg, but there's no way in fucking hell they let that happen to Cena.
Yeah.
Cena, like Goldberg.
Goldberg is one thing, but not to Cena.
Goldberg's not a WWE toy.
No.
You know,
he wasn't their guy.
Yeah, he wasn't their guy. He
was a bought toy.
Yeah, exactly.
Purchase.
Yeah, he came. Yeah. They didn't. And here's the thing: they weren't even purchasing Goldberg. They were purchasing the company. They just so happened to get him. Yeah.
Right. The DLC right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Oh my God, Jesus. All right. Well, you're last, man. You had everything. Not even see Cena. What's just something you want?
One thing that I want to see from the show is for what Cena actually wants is for all the young talent to actually get seen.
Yeah.
Like anybody they're putting in front of all these people on national television like that versus, like, I get it's the CW, but it's the CW for NXT.
It's still, well, here's the thing. You're talking about a worldwide broadcast television show. Like the platform that these kids are getting is ridiculous on the 13th.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're right. That platform, like, yeah.
I hope all that they're showcasing for NXT that they're gonna actually.
I think there's no way they don't. Like I look at everybody that they've. Yeah. I think the people are picked. I think the people have been picked for a reason so far. Like Cody loves Cena, a protector of professional wrestling. Yeah. He's not going to let
Bailey. We already got into that earlier.
I think that's why I was like, I think these people have been picked for very specific. Like the WWE people have been very selectively picked, and I think it's going to be people that love the business, love the future of the business, love Cena, respect him, so they understand what the point is. Like, if you're up, cool, but your job tonight is to make that person, make the future of this business look as bright as we possibly can. Like, that is the purpose up until the end. Do you think Cena main events? Because apparently that's a question.
I hope he does, but
people,
we're saying he might open the show.
I think people misconstrued what he said. I really hope this is still recording. I think people misconstrued what he said. Those aren't making lines anymore, so I'm slightly nervous. But
just let's talk now or whatever.
It is what it is. Well, I'm also like, how long has that not been making lines for? And so, but yeah. Anywho, well, that is the end.
We'll catch you next time.
Yes.
I hear the music.
It's out there. Somewhere. Anytime, any place. Bye!
Bye!